Jane Kowalski never knew Denise Amber Lee, but for the past 18 years, she has become part of her life. She told me she thinks about her all the time. It's really impossible not to, because for a brief moment on a Southwest Florida road, their lives crossed when Jane heard Denise screaming in the back of Michael King's car.
911, what's your emergency?
Investigators never should have found Denise Amber Lee's body here, in a shallow grave in a wooded area of Northport. That's something Jane Kowalski tells me she believes in her soul.
That really sits heavy. I know it's not my fault. I tried everything in my power.
Because Denise could have been saved. On January 17th, 2008, Jane called 911 because she saw Michael King pull up in his Camaro at a stoplight near the Sarasota County line. Denise was screaming in the back of the car, so loud, Jane thought it was a child.
It was so loud that it was just penetrating into my car. And I look over and I look at him, and he looks at me, and he turns around and he starts pushing what I could tell is a head down in the back seat, pushing the head down. But the hand came up and started hitting the window.
She stayed on the phone with police, following the car until King turned onto Toledo Blade Boulevard. But officers never came, because that call was never entered into the dispatch system, and agencies didn't communicate. In total, 5 911 calls came in during the kidnapping. One from Denise herself, after she managed to steal King's phone.
My name is Denise, and your beautiful husband, and I just want to see my kids again. I just want to see my family. Please let me go.
But investigators say King eventually drove Denise to a remote area in Northport, where he raped and murdered her. For Denise's mother, Sue Goff, the thought of what could have been is still so painful.
Every time I think about it, I get a knot in my stomach, because I know that beyond a reasonable doubt that she would have been saved if that call from Jane Kowalski had gone through.
But Denise's family decided her story would not end there. Her husband, Nathan, has spent the last 18 years pushing for better training and standards for 911 dispatchers across the country, so a failure like this never happens again. Jane has spent those same years trying to understand why bad things happen to good people.
She just seems like she was really an angel, a lovely person, a wonderful mother, wife, daughter, friend.
And maybe the answer is that Denise Amber Lee's story is still saving lives. Jane told me that this has always really stayed with her, partly because she had experience working with 911 systems, and she just knew something was wrong with the call that day. She told me she has still stayed in touch with Denise's family, and as Michael King is set to be executed today, she is thinking of them. The execution is set for 6 p.m., and the family did tell me they will be here. I'm live at Florida State Prison. Claire Galt, Wink News.